trek down to the train station and go on an adventure. So you got a very lovely sign here saying danger, overhead live wires. If you cross the overhead live wires, that will be you. Doesn't get much more straightforward than that. And then you got some barbed wire just right here as well. Also, I see it's a bit rusted, so you're not really going to want to jump over that. And also here, to prevent people jumping over, some real sharp kind of metal there. And there's also a sign here that says stop, drivers must not pass this point without authority of train controller. So there's a fair few trains out and about today. And as I live very close to the train station, one downside about it is I find that they sort of really screech along with their brakes late at night. Sometimes it sounds like someone running their nails down a chalkboard. It can be a bit off-putting, but I guess it's just one of the downsides of living near a train rail depot. So you can see a lot of the trains just there, chockers. So you don't usually see this many here during the week, but on a Saturday there's quite a few there. So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, there's about, and then many more trains down on the back there. So there's at least about 10 trains there, probably being serviced and washed, maybe vacuumed inside. And yeah, and that fellow in front of us is actually a railcar worker, or works for Perth Train Systems. So yeah, so we'll go up and have a look over the bridge. And just in the distance there is St. Bart's. So St. Bart's is an accommodation place for homeless people. So it's where they house them. I don't know if they have to pay any money or anything, but yeah. Okay, how are we going for time? 10:16. There's a train to Perth in 2 minutes, and then there's a train to Perth in 9. Alright, we might go have a look on the bridge and then get the train that comes in 9 minutes. Left their rubbish out. I'm not sure why. Alrighty. So this here is your ticket machine, where you can tap and go and get a ticket, or you can pay with cash. A few people crossing the bridge here. Alrighty. A little bit windy here, so now as you can see here on the bridge, so you got the Graham Farmer freeway, which is just there, and if you follow that through there, that'll take you up on the Mitchell Freeway North, and it'll take you up all the way up to kind of, you know, Butler Way, Joondalup, and then if you head in that direction, it'll take you out towards sort of Belmont, Eastvic Park, Welshpool, the industrial area. So it's a nice big bridge here, plenty of room for riding your bike, walking. Yeah. And then, as you can see, you got Perth City, the CBD, right up there. So this is Perth on a Saturday morning. So this will get a lot busier during the week, especially at peak hour traffic. It really bogs down. So I myself actually haven't walked across this bridge. I think there's a gym just a little bit further down there. It's got a very cool name. It says West Coast Barbell Club. And for the train enthusiasts around, let's swing around and have a look at the rail depot. There it is there, Claisebrook Station, where they repair, do maintenance and work on the trains. So it probably employs a fair few people, but it's got to be done, a job that needs to be done, I guess. So yeah, one interesting thing in Perth. So there's Claisebrook Train Station, and next suburb over is East Perth. And there's an interesting building there called Next DC, which I haven't really figured out what it's all about. When you hear DC, you start thinking of like DC Comics. Yeah. And you got people out on their bikes, on for a ride. It's a shared zone. Well, maybe for a video next time, I might actually go exploring where the path heads down there. It might be an interesting walk. Maybe that might lead down to the city or so. So it could be a good walk. Morning. How's it going? Alrighty. It's a little bit darker down here, but that's okay. You can see some of the train tracks going through there, so that goes directly down to Perth. We've got the cleaner there. And then you also got Perth City Farm, so that might be worth dropping into and having a look one day. Alrighty. There's a sign here as well. Near misses, we've lost count. That's good. Hop off. And I think they're talking about electric scooters. So signs for cyclists to dismount. Beautiful, beautiful winter's day in Perth. One of the best cities in the world, Perth. There's just so much space. There's so much space when there's about 155 kilometers of the city. And you can hear that noise, that screeching of the rails. It never stops. You hear it at 10:30 at night, 100 meters away. But you kind of get used to it a little bit, but not. Alrighty. Well, time to tag on and head off into Subiaco. So the good thing about the tagging on system is you save, I think, 10 or 20% off your fares. So yeah, that's a good feature to have. As you can see, Claisebrook Station. Oh, that'd actually make quite a good thumbnail, wouldn't it? Yeah. So the train comes from that direction directly in front of us. And yeah. And these are some of the trains that we were looking for. Looking at just before. So many trains down there. So yeah. Looking like it's going to be a nice day today. And yeah. Oh, here comes the train. Titled The Stadium, maybe because it goes faster. There it is. Alrighty, best get on the train. Whoops. Getting away from me. Oh, better hurry up. I want to get on the train. Alrighty. This is how you go on.
Doors closing.
Made it on the train. So this will take about 7 minutes or so, and we'll be in Perth City. And then I'll have to get off and then get on another train on the Fremantle line. So, and then the Fremantle line takes about 30 minutes maybe to get from Perth to Fremantle, but if I want to get off in Subiaco, yeah, it's about a 7 minute drive, a 7-minute train trip. So yeah, it's all good. So very spacious. A lot of space on the train, as you can see. No one sort of around. It's more or less an empty carriage, really, isn't it? But as today picks up, as the day goes on.
This is McIver.
Thank you. As the day goes on, there'll be more people on the train, depending on what events are on. And usually, probably about 11, 12 o'clock it'll start picking up, and then also in the evening on the weekends it'll get busier.
This is Perth. Please mind the gap.
Well, it still appears to be very quiet. Perth train station this morning. Not that many people about, but it's still early in the day, so probably get a lot busier later on. So that there's where the train driver sits and drives the train. Anyone who's interested. Ooh, looks a bit dark and murky and scary down there, doesn't it? So there's the Fremantle line train just over there. So there's a few options. There's a lift, and then there's also the escalator. I won't call it a travelator. I've been corrected. So I'll head up the escalator, I think, and then so I can head over to platform, is it 6 or 7? Yeah, I need to get to platform 6. You got stairs there as well. Nice big train station here. Alrighty, we are on the escalator, which I thought was a travelator in the previous video. Now, I told you last week that as you go through these gates here, if you turn right, you go right through there, it'll take you into Perth City. But then if you go through there and turn left, it'll actually take you down into Northbridge. So, looking to do a video on Northbridge one day as well. And you also got a nice big map system here as well. So it's still pretty quiet down here, and you got the train timetables down here. Oh, the escalator. Down I go. Platform 7 we'll need. That'll be the Fremantle line. So, yeah, pretty quiet today. Very, very quiet. This is a bit of a bumpy ride actually. May need some maintenance. Got a few people there. So Claremont, 6 minutes time. So you can, all this area here, there's some seats and, oh here there it is, train's early. The trains are usually early. It gives people actually time to get onto the train, sit down, so they don't have to rush. And you got to be mindful of these keep clear areas as well, so you can't actually stand there. Alrighty, so time to hop on the train.